All right. See how this goes.
Are we recording?
Yes, we are definitely recording.
Sit down.
To stand up.
Yeah, you're gonna stand up again. Could I have everybody rise for a moment of silence for your loved ones? And we're gonna follow that by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming. We're going to start off with public comment. I'm going to read about public comment. All public comment is limited to 2 minutes with a total of 20 minutes allotted for public comment section. All speakers must sign in to the public speaker sign-in form prior to speaking. Please keep all comments civil, constructive, and related to public policy issues. At their discretion, council may allow public comment to extend past 20 minutes, but not required to do so. All rules for public comment are posted outside the main meeting room, and with that, I am going to start public comment.
I'm not sure if this is even on. I don't need it. Frank Darrington, 8748 Madison. I recently become aware of Precision Controls Company is seeking to repurpose the abandoned Harley Davidson property on Calumet. I finally thought a new owner who wants to convert a garage to an engineering and technology space, bringing a lot of jobs, having excellent pay. To my surprise, the BZA rejected it because they may have too many spare parts on shelves. I think I understand the nature of this business. In one of my previous careers, I worked with their type of equipment, the engineers and technical personnel. The town should welcome this business as it brings more diverse, non-manufacturing, non-retail, non-polluting, non-medical addition to the business sector with excellent career opportunities, highly educated engineers and technical staff that I expect are earning in 6 figures. The negative impact of vehicular traffic is clearly negligible, especially compared to neighboring fast food, pharmacy, sundry, gasoline, car wash, medical, and veterinary services. A conversion of 3 medical and dental offices was rejected because of parking. Now we have technology business having been rejected because they may store too many parts on too many shelves. This property sorely needs to be repurposed. We are at the precipice of turning this gem of a property into another carpet land fiasco. If not multiple professional offices, not engineering technology, then what could possibly be an alternative other than a park with trees, benches, and dog paths? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand. However, it appears we need rocket scientists to fix the traffic light sequence on Ridge Road between Harrison and Meadow Lane. Everything was fine before the railroad to nowhere came into town. It turns out that we did not need to reduce Ridge Road to 1 lane to bring traffic to a crawl after all. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thanks, Frank.
Thanks,
Just, you
Frank.
want to comment on that and what we really did? It wasn't because of, they might not have too many parts on shelving. They want to change their code to a light industrial, which that area isn't.
It's not a manufacturer.
I think it's best.
They're no more a manufacturer than McDonald's.
Exactly.
They store as much stuff on shelving as the gas station does with snacks and chips and stuff and pop.
Mr. President,
So,
Yes.
you know, it might be just a matter of semantics, but we're gonna get rid of 120 employees, most of which have the potential of 6-figure salaries. I would think the town wants that. There's more deliveries from UPS, FedEx, and Amazon on my block every morning than they get during the day from the same companies.
Okay.
What's the issue, right?
Thank
It's
you very
common
much.
sense. No rocket scientist, right? I'm not a rocket scientist.
Thank you. Mr. Peterson,
Mr.
please.
President, I do want to recognize Mr. Darrington. He is the commander of Munster VFW Post 2697. And on behalf of the council, I thank you for your service to our country.
And I might add, I don't know these people. I never met them. Honestly, I don't. But when I saw it, I said, oh, we need this. And then it gets kicked out.
It's not kicked out yet.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any other public comments?
I'll have it. My name is Mohammed Salim. But first.
You need to say your address. I'm sorry. Mohammed.
Sorry. My name is Mohammed Salim, 10256 Paddington Crescent, Munster, Indiana. First of all, I would like to say my condolences to Chief for Detective Aaron passing on. And Northwest Indiana is a small community, and I have worked with a lot of detectives in Northwest Indiana for past 28 years. So few things I would like to have here. My name is Mohammed Salim. I work for American Community Bank of Indiana. Senior Vice President, Chief Information Officer, Chief Information Security Officer, and I'm a cybersecurity practitioner. I also have my wife, Shazia Aftab, with me. She owns and operates home healthcare agency and helping seniors for the last 18 years. I know most of the people in the room. Most of our very good friends, and I have a very good relationship for years and years. The one thing we would like to talk about here is the seniors. The way seniors are being targeted for scammers, because often manage their own finances, personal accounts, healthcare, and most importantly, they trust everyone, almost everyone online, in person, over the phone. They are happy, in some cases, they are happy to talk to anyone. I mean, that's pretty much comes down to. I turned 59 last week. I'm even telling my wife that I'm not senior, but she's not kind of like believing it. She's just pushing me, no, you are becoming a senior. So that's why I'm here. So older adults face a higher risk of being scammed, and much of this risk is tied to their healthcare, financial, and social needs. Many rely on regular treatments, medicine, and medical equipment, government assistance, and scammers see this as an opportunity to take advantage of them. One common scam is a phone call from someone pretending to represent a medical supply company. The caller might offer Medicare, Medicaid, or insurance representative. And they kind of like, let the seniors know that they are working for them on their behalf. They're going to help them. But the common goal is to get their Medicare, Medicaid, insurance, bank accounts, Social Security, and date of birth and address information so they can take advantage of and clean their account. I have seen as a technology professional working at the bank for the last 28 years, so many times for the senior that I cannot even tell you. And my wife Charlie helped me pretty much the same story without disclosing a lot of things that a lot of seniors, their nurses go to. They usually have somebody already called them, either from insurance company, either fixing a computer, those kind of things, So that's kind of for us is a pretty horrific situation. And I just want to talk about Munster. I live in Munster. I raised my 3 kids in Munster. I work in Munster. Our business is Munster. Our life is Munster. I never thought growing up in Karachi, Pakistan, that half of my life will be traveling on Calumet Avenue. That wasn't the case. So what we are suggesting, and if you look at everybody, during this age right now, the AI, and especially generative AI, I can speak like anybody, but anybody can speak like me. The texts are so sophisticated. The voice calls are so sophisticated. And my experience not just working at the bank, but also speaking in the conferences and the meetings and other than helping other banks, that this is so common. And nobody would like to speak about it. And God bless my wife. She wanted to do something. And so they are putting up some brochure in the material when the nurses go. But we would like to see some outreach program. Munster have over 23,000 residents, and almost 32%, which is over 7,600 are 55 and over. There's not a 65, 55 and over. Yes, right. I'm a year behind you, my friend. So
Thanks.
oh, it's okay.
Yeah, we gotta wrap up.
Oh, okay. So what we are suggesting an outreach program. I will be reaching out to senior citizens and other places. And if I would need any help from you guys, I'll reach out to my friends and hopefully maybe we can make a difference in few seniors' life. That would be amazing.
You know where I live. I'll help you on this.
Oh, I
See
know.
what we can do as a town to help out our seniors moving forward, because my mother-in-law got hit twice this past year.
I know
And
that.
changed her bank account twice. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a,
I don't wanna say that, but there are few people that I know here. They've been through this, and this is the very common practice, but especially with the seniors. And in related to healthcare fraud, it's becoming a very bad, and especially the reports I see from the government and from under, it's a targeted attack.
it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know where I live. When I'm cutting the grass, come see me. Anybody else, public comment? Going once? Going twice? We're gonna close public comment. We're gonna start with the consent agenda. If everybody looked at it, I would like to have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make that motion to approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion by Mr. Nellens. Do we have a second?
I will second that motion.
We have a second. Andy, please call.
Counselor Gardner,
Yes.
Counselor Nellens,
Yes,
Counselor Peterson.
Yes.
Counselor Schinkin.
Yes.
4-0.
We have no old business, but we do have some new business. First up is disposal of equipment. Who would like to speak with that?
I'll take this. The memo you have in front of you has a list of equipment that is no longer needed by the town. Most of it is electronic equipment, computers, and associated tablets. As you may know, we've gone through the process of replacing most of our hardware and software. So this equipment is no longer needed. Third surplus.
Mr. President, I make a motion to declare the request to dispose of property dated August 18th, 2025 surplus and authorize its disposal.
We have a motion by Mr. Gardner. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
We have a second. Wendy, take your time, please.
There's crackling in the things, and I thought it might be related to this, so I'm moving that.
My only question would be, I don't know for sure, but when we replace these computers are disposal. Do we wipe the hard drives clean and whatever? There's a process that we've gone through with all these already. Okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion? With that, Wendy, now you-
Counselor Gardner,
Yes.
Counselor Nellens.
Yes,
Counselor Peterson,
Yes.
Counselor Schinkin.
Yes, that brings us up to change order number one for the CCMG 24-2 project.
Yep, this is change order number one for CCMG 24-2 that was awarded on February 17th, 2025. The change orders for the project is for picking HMA section on Broadmoor, cast iron 88 plates, and 2 speed humps for traffic calming on Woodlawn. Total cost for these additions to the project is $92,996.10.
We need a motion to approve CCMG 24-2 change order.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Nellens. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
We have a second. Is there any discussion over this?
Mr. President, I
Yes.
have a question for Mr. Beloit. What type of speed humps are we putting in? Are these permanent or are these temporary? These are permanent. What's the cost on those?
approximately $7,000.
These are not the same crosswalks.
They're not raised crosswalks, they're speedways.
Any other discussion over this?
I know there's been a little bit of, concern by the public with regards to Broadmoor, and there are some issues that were waiting on NIPSCO to answer and some things like that. Have we got those questions answered from 2 weeks ago?
We're still waiting on this, so I did provide a timeline for the public to see.
Okay.
The end date, the completion date's October 31st.
But there's still some issues that we have to work with
Yes,
NIPSCO on.
there's an 8-inch gas main that we're still waiting to hear from.
Okay. Very good. Thanks, Bob.
Anything else? With that, Wendy, please call the roll.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes.
Counselor Nellens.
Yes.
Counselor Peterson.
Yes.
Counselor Schinkin.
Yes, this brings up Park District bonds. Who would like to speak about that?
You have in front of you the list of Park District bond, or a list of Park District projects that include about $4 million. This is to maintain the parks, improve the parks, purchase vehicles and equipment. So whenever we go out for a bond like this, we utilize both bond counsel and financial analysis. So we have an engagement letter with Baker and Tilly to help us issue the park bond.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the park bonds.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Nellens. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
We have a second. Do we have discussion over the park bonds? That being said, Wendy, please call the vote.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes.
Counselor Nellens.
Yes.
Counselor Peterson.
Yes.
Counselor Schinkin.
Yes.
4-0.
That brings us up to letter of engagement, bond counsel.
This is similar in that it's a letter of engagement with Barnes and Thornburg to provide legal services, bond counsel for both the park bond and the GO bond at $10,000 per bond issue.
Could I have a motion for your letter of engagement for the bond counsel?
I'll make that motion and roll call vote, approve the letter of engagement with Barnes and Thornburg for the GO and the Parks Bond Council Services.
We have a motion by Mr. Nellens. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Do we have discussion over this? That being said, Wendy, please call the vote.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes.
Counselor Nellens.
Yes.
Counselor Peterson.
Yes.
Counselor Schinkin.
Yes, that brings us up to the Baker Tilly Kenmara analysts.
This is another engagement letter again with Baker and Tilly. This is to update the financial analysis for the Kenmara development. You may remember that Kenmara had proposed a development and that is now changed. They did a financial analysis for their original development. They now want to bring in a certified technology park at that location, which requires them to go for a change in zoning to a PUD. With that change in use, the economic analysis needs to be updated, and that's what this is for. Baker and Tilly update their economic analysis of this new development at a cost not to exceed $25,000. This cost will be reimbursed by the developer as they did the first time around.
Okay, thank you very much. I need a motion to approve the Baker Tilly Kenmara analysts.
I'll make this motion and approve a letter of engagement with Baker Tilly Advisory Group to perform a project evaluation and feasibility analysis in an amount not to exceed $25,000.
We have a motion by Mr. Nellens. Do we have a second?
I will second that motion.
Do we have any discussion over this?
President,
Yes.
I have a question for Mr. Marino. Mr. Marino, would you please confirm that this is not going to be paid for by the town?
Yes, it will not be paid for by the town.
What is the arrangement that we have for Saxon Partners to pay this, please?
Was there, I don't know if there was an arrangement the last time. I had talked to the developer and asked them to provide similar document or arrangement that was used the previous time.
We will send them an invoice that they will pay, and then we'll hold that money in escrow if they bigger.
Staff is satisfied with that arrangement. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion over this?
I think the last time we worked with Kenmara on this, they offered to do a financial analysis by themselves. And we felt it was more third party if our consultant would do the work and that we would be able to, have a little bit more say in how Baker Tilly, who does a lot of our financial analysis, that it would be easier to understand by the town and also a little bit more viable by the town doing it rather than, a financial planner that the developer would provide for us. So I think that's a good arrangement.
We trust Baker Tilly. Any other discussion? Wendy, please call the vote.
Counselor Gardner,
Yes.
Counselor Nellens.
Yes.
Counselor Peterson
Yes.
and Counselor Schinkin.
Yes, that brings us down to approve, Clay Winter settlement agreement.
Right, the town recently participated in a mediation session to resolve the lawsuit filed by Anthony Caldwell. We were able to reach an agreement to settle the lawsuit in the amount of $30,000. So what you have in front of you is the settlement agreement that needs to be approved.
I need to motion to approve the, Clay Winter settlement agreement.
Mr. President, I would make a motion to approve the execution of the release and settlement agreement with Nancy Clawbetter.
Mr. Gardner made the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that
We
motion.
have a second. Do we have discussion over this? That being said, Wendy, please call the vote.
Counselor Gardner,
Yes.
Counselor Nellens.
Yes.
Counselor Peterson.
Yes.
Counselor Schinkin.
Yes. This brings us to our last new business, ordinance 1989, amendment to salary ordinance, first reading.
This is the first reading of the amendment number 2 to the 2025 salary ordinance. The amendment adds the position of assistant town manager. And it also adds the position of communications director. We had talked before about 3 additional positions in the town manager's office. One of them is economic development director. That position is already in the salary ordinance and budgeted for. I had talked to you previously about the work that goes on in the town manager's office and see a need both for an assistant town manager and the communications director. The communications director position came about partly because of the communications strategy plan that was put together by Structure Point. My understanding and the discussion at that time was once that plan was put together, then there was the option to continue to use that consultant to provide communication services or to hire a staff person. I think it would be better to have a staff person on site to provide communication services. So that position is also included in the salary ordinance.
Thank you. We need a motion to approve ordinance 1989, and this is a first reading only.
Mr. President, I would make a motion to hear ordinance 1989 on first reading as presented and schedule a second reading for September 4th, 2025.
We have a motion by Mr. Gardner. Do we have a second?
I will second that motion.
We have a second. Do we have discussion over this?
President, I'd
Yes.
like to weigh in. At the agenda review that we had this past Thursday, I posed the question to the town manager. Would the town grind to a halt if we did not hire these people? The answer that I recall was no. We are presently working on the budget for next year. One of the things that is looming over all of our heads is Senate Bill 1 and the impact on our tax revenues. During that meeting, we had numbers thrown around that the general effect of Senate Bill 1 could result in a decrease in revenue ranging anywhere from 800,000 to 3.3 million. It is my opinion that unlike the other items that are on the agenda, which are mission necessary approvals, this is not mission necessary at the time. This is something that we are making a forward commitment. And until we have clarity about the budget, it is my opinion that we should not be moving forward with hiring new staff when we don't know whether we have money in the general fund that could comfortably afford this. And I recall hearing from one of our more experienced councilmen that we ran into a budget situation like this many years ago. It posed significant problems for our police department. So it's my opinion, we should delay this vote until we have had those budget conversations. It was confirmed by council that we could do this on one reading by unanimous consent. And I think on something like this, we should have unanimous consent before we move forward. So I do not believe we should move forward with this tonight.
We have any other discussion over this?
Again, I think it's important that that the town looks to enhance the positions in the town manager's office. Just a short 2 to 3 years ago, we had an additional 3 people in that department. I think our communication with the town residents is utmost importance. And when the town manager's office has 2 employees compared to the 5 or 6 employees that it had in recent years, I think our communication with the employees or our communication with our residents suffer. I think this is in line for us to really look at and be proactive with communication and also the economic development of this town. I think when we look at the budget concerns that are upcoming, one of the most important things that we could be doing is looking at economic development. We have tax incrementing financing district money that many of our properties are in. And we also have now the transportation development district. And we have to learn and we have to seek economic improvement in those areas. I do think the concern of having additional salaries is a concern. But again, with the quality of people that we're looking at, these are not hires that take 1 month to hire. You know, we announce positions and within 2 to 3 weeks we get these. These are positions that we'll have to do a search and seek. And so while we can always approve this on 1 reading, I do think there's a timeline and a set period of time that will take place that we need to start moving on these hires at this time. So I am not in favor of, I'd like to, make sure that we take action on this tonight and move forward with this because I think it's a direct benefit to our residents. And I think is also a direct benefit to our bottom line, our budget, when we start talking about economic development.
Bringing more money into this town. Dave, anything?
I'm going to make a comment that we do have to push for economic development because we do have TIF districts, and as those taxing values of those properties go up, that improves the amount of money, increases the amount of money that we'll receive in TIF. I'm going to also look to the staff to make sure that we have things in line to handle this, and I do agree that we do need to have more leadership out of the town manager's office, going out on the different projects and working on that development. I'm going to emphasize that. I'm going to bring in that we did have a comment made and are open to the public about bringing in a business that would have higher value than what was there before. And that would also increase that is in the TIF district. And that's important because that's another option to bring in additional monies that we would have available, particularly for public safety. So I'm in favor of this.
And doing research, especially on that economic developer and going after the TOD districts and the TIF districts that basically one person cannot do in that town manager's office. That's all that's in there. One person. We need somebody that's going out, meeting the developers, meeting with TOD, NICD and everything else. It showed an extra $800 million a year in revenue and tax revenue for us. So I think the ROI surely outpaces that small little salary. So I'm in favor as well. Any other discussion? That being said, Wendy, please call the roll.
Counselor Gardner.
Yes.
Counselor Nellens.
Yes.
Counselor Peterson.
No.
Counselor Schinkin.
Yes. That ends new business. Do we have any reports?
Have a report.
Yay.
Last week, myself and a few others from the clerk treasurer's office went to our annual clerk treasurer conference. Yes, it is as exciting as it sounds. And, of course, State Bill, Senate Enrolled Act #1 was high on the list of discussions, including revenue strategies. We also learned about asset management, human resources, fraud, and the state controller paid us a visit and updated us on what's going on there. The highlight, however, was an award that was given out for professional excellence, leadership, and mentorship, and that went to Tricia Abbott as the clerk of the year. So congratulations.
Great, thank you. Hard work and dedication. If we didn't have Trish, she's the one that keeps this foundation and builds each level of this town. So thank you very much.
This is recognition among her peers throughout the state. So we're very,
Wow.
yeah, we're very fortunate to have her.
Yes, we are. You ain't going anywhere. Any other reports? With that, portfolio reports? No. Now,
Well,
okay.
Park Board will meet tomorrow night at 5 p.m. here at the town hall. And I guess the other one is just to remind everybody that the car cruise is coming up this Saturday afternoon. And that's being sponsored by the Munster Chamber and also the Munster Civic Foundation amongst the Parks Department, whatever, number of other businesses.
And what's the location of that?
It's between Holman Avenue and Harrison Avenue on Ridge Road. Making me think here. But it starts in the two bands be playing at the Munster Church. They were real nice. It's a great way to visit some of the restaurants along Ridge Road. Last year, we had a number of businesses say that they had enough revenue in one day that matched quite a few weeks of operation in this one day, one afternoon. So it's a great opportunity, great community event, and a lot of help from the residents and also Public Works Department, Police Department, everybody pitches in for this event.
And building on what Chuck said, with the businesses, 313 will be hosting at 1 o'clock the lacrosse fundraiser. So if you are at the show, go into 313, they'll have 50-50 raffles and baskets. That helps the kids out, you know, with money, with uniforms and travel and everything else like that. Another portfolio is Board of Zoning tomorrow at 7 a.m. If any of you would like to get up that.
Board of
Safety, 7 a.m. We have donuts and coffee. So other than that,
And Chuck, you neglected to mention about the car cruise. There's a lot of really cool cars there too. So
Oh, yeah,
there's
that's the other
food,
thing.
There's at the church and the cars are pretty fun too. So
There's all different shapes, sizes, and years of cars there. It's pretty neat.
And that's from 2 to 7 primarily.
Yes, that's correct, 2 to 7.
anything else in portfolio reports?
Thanks, Steve.
Announcements, all town council meetings will begin at 6:30 unless otherwise noted. Our next meeting will be September 4th. I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second,
Second that.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
and just while we're getting situated for the next meeting, September 4th is a Thursday. So don't come on Monday, Labor Day. You won't be here.
This is gonna be a 2-minute meeting, so with that being said, everybody ready? I want to welcome everybody to the Town of Munster Redevelopment Commission regular meeting this Monday, August 18th at 7:03 p.m. And with that, Wendy, could you please roll call?
Commissioner Hopper is not here. Commissioner Gardner,
Present.
Commissioner Nellens,
Present.
Commissioner Peterson,
Present.
Commissioner Schinkin.
Yes. Public comment. This is public comment, Redevelopment Commission only.
Hey, what about me?
Oh, yeah.
Saw you walk in. I'd like to acknowledge our school board liaison, Mr. John Castro is here as well. You are officially noted in the minutes.
Now you're in the
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Why don't you go up to public comment and say how you're feeling? So all public comment is limited to 2 minutes with a total of 20 minutes allotted for public comment section. All speakers must sign in to the public speaker sign-in form prior to speaking. Please keep all comments civil, constructive, and related to public policy issues. At their discretion, council may allow public comment to extend past 20 minutes, but not required to do so. All rules for public comment are posted outside the main meeting room, and with that, I'm opening up public comment, redevelopment only. Going once, going twice, closing. Public comment, we're gonna go with the consent agenda. Did everybody look at it? If so, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion by Mr. Nellens. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
We have a second. Any discussion? With that, Wendy, please call.
Commissioner Gardner,
Yes.
Commissioner Nellens,
Yes.
Commissioner Peterson,
Yes.
Commissioner Schinkin.
Yes, we have no business, no new business. Any reports, redevelopment? Announcements? No. I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
I need a second.
I'll
All
second
those in
that.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting has ended. I want to thank everybody for coming. Whoever had public comments, thank you very much.
Right on the front.
Yes, sir.
Good, how are you doing? Good to see you. I was gonna mention to you. I am. You know, they call you, you know, it sounds really intense, but it's not.